Hello, you're welcome. It's Henry, the computer guy. Actually, we are still dealing with UNEB ICT 2017 and Excel number. And today we are actually going to talk about paper 3. So now, as usual, we are first of all going to create our folder where we shall be inserting or saving our work. So we shall call it UNEB 2017. And specifically paper 3. So we are also provided with our support file, folder where we have our support file and the question. So we open the question first, we shall look for that. And I think it is question 5 of this question paper. So let's zoom in such that we can see it well. So they're telling us that using an appropriate application, load the file exam result. So we look for that into our support file. So we shall come and say, let's say if you have opened your Excel as this, so you can come and say open. You look for the desktop where we have our work upon folder, then look for print 17 paper 3. Double click, then load this. This is how it's going to look like specifically. Now when we go to this question, tells us that you save it as your name and personal number. So we come back onto our desktop. This is the folder where we are going to be saving our work. So we come and say save as. We look for the desktop and look for UNEB 2017 and paper 3. So I'll save it as Henry 001. Simple as that, and it's our workbook. So question 2 requires us to rotate the titles in an angle, at an angle of 60 degrees. So we shall hammer and highlight them. Then we come and right click, we format cells. Then we look for the alignment, we write there as our 60. So that's specifically how it will look like. So we can modify it a little such that we can get some other spaces where we can write the information we want, at least somehow make it smaller. I think we are good to go now. We go to another question. Another question tells us that copy the table to sheet 2 and rename it and modify it. So we are going to highlight our table as we have it here. Only the table, copy, then we come to sheet 2, we paste it down. Of course it has come and they have told us that we are going to rename the sheet. So we come down to sheet 2 here, right click and say rename. So you can call it modified. Simple as that. So we continue with our question. They are telling us that using appropriate functions, we are going to, they want us to find the total mark obtained by students, but we press it in column T. So we want the total mark. We come here, total mark. So it will be here. Of course we can make it a little smaller. So of course it's going to be the summation of what? Of all the subjects. Of course it is equals the sum of all the subjects we are having up to woodwork, from English to woodwork. Press enter, then afterwards we drag and populate all other cells. Then part 2 requires us to get the average mark but collect it to one decimal place. Of only English, math, history, biology and chemistry. Put it in column Q. So this is going to be the average mark. Of course it's needed here. Of course it's going to be equals average. Double click on it, but they said for only English, mathematics, history, biology, and chemistry. Then we close our bracket, press enter. So, but remember they told us they want them to one decimal place. So we right click and format cells. Come back here onto the general number. We want it to one decimal place. Simple as that. So afterwards you drag and populate our results based on that criteria we have used. That is specifically how we are going to be moving. Now We come back to another question. The number of, so they want us to find the number of students who sat for computer as their option. They want it in C, 25. So we come and look for C, then 25. I think it's this one, C25. So if you look at the name box here, it gives us that. So that means that if they want a number of any values here or of any information here, that means that of these numbers, we are going to be counting them. We have a formula which is, or function called equals count. And remember, count only counts where we have values but not blank cells. So we come to our computer. It's going to exclude these blank what? Spaces. So you highlight. Now press enter. Now we come back to our question. Of course, if you prove the rule, you can prove 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then lastly 10. That is it, we're having it there. Another question tells us to get the highest score obtained in chemistry, press it in 26. And it's going to be equals, because the highest we use the max, but specifically they want chemistry, we highlight. And I think the highest mark here is 99. Yeah, it gives us the answers that. Now we come back to part E. Sort the students' records in descending order according to their total mark. So we look for where the total mark is, which is this. We highlight it. After highlighting, we come to our sorting. Of course, my battery is low. We come to sort, but from the biggest to smallest. That specifically gives us that. So it is going to put the biggest on the top. Then another question tells us that we are going to insert a photo of our name and personal number. So I told you can come to insert and use this one, or you can come down here onto the layout. It can give you where the header is and where the footer is. So we have asked for the footer. I'm going to call it Henry 001. Simple as that. Then afterwards I click in space, I go back to the normal view. So that is specifically the information we're having. And second last, they are telling us to include borders on our table. So we highlight the table, then we include borders on it. Can also include our answers we have got below. Then we come and say home borders. You can say all borders. So we have the information here, the answers they asked for, and that is it. Then lastly, they are telling us to save and print our work. Of course, we can use a shortcut, which is Ctrl S, or click here to save our work. But as we are printing, this information is going to be divided into two, because remember, here in this part, at this part, we have 2 pages. This is one, then from J to this, we have another. So we want to make it at least to appear onto one. So we are going to specifically reduce the sizes of these columns such that our information can really fit onto one sheet. A little, oh, very small. You can move this, you can move this, you can also move this, move it a little, little. So if you want to enlarge any column or row, you click in between, then you drag accordingly. In between those 2 letters, then you drag accordingly. So let's change the layout. Come to page layout, then come to what we call landscape. So when we are using landscape, this one is still outside of our page. So when we come to the layout view here, it tells us that one is still out. So we want it onto one. So we are going to move these ones a little, move this one a little, also move this one a little. I think we are now getting what we want. Still outside. Still outside. My battery is low. 3. Can bring this one a little. I think now our information is on one sheet. So specifically after this, you can print your information. So when we come to what we call the print preview, so the print preview gives you an item or a picture of how your information will look like before being printed. So that means that here we need to put something of that kind. Then you come back to home and merge. It becomes as one. So when you come to your print preview, it will look in that format. So specifically, they are telling us to save and close our document. So we can click on save and look for the printer. If it is installed, you can come and look for it. Then afterwards, you'll come and check for or print the active source. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.